Hi, everyone. I'm so excited today because at Project Skills Mentor, we're going to hear from someone I really admire. Olivier Lazar is the Vice President of PMI's Social and Community Impact, but he's also the COO for PMI Education Foundation. And in addition to that, you're an author of 4 Pillars of Portfolio Management, a book I've got on my reading list right now. What we're talking about today is the secret of Olivier's success to inspire you to be more successful in whatever journey you're on. Let's start by asking a few questions, 7 to be specific, of Olivier and hear what he has to say. What's the secret of your success?
It's a matter of always wanting to go the extra mile. There is always something better. There is always something which you can improve and learn. Learning is a continuous journey. It's not something that ends when you graduate. It's not something that ends when you get your certification. Actually, each learning milestone is a door open on an additional learning, additional progress, and moving things forward. And all of that is enriching in experiences, knowledge, and opportunities.
That's a great start. So speaking of start, how did you get started in the business world?
I first started my career working in the music industry. I was actually working on recording studios and on concerts, doing all of the sound engineering, so-called stuff. I went back to school and I studied all of this multimedia thing and tools and development. And I started to work in one, then a second communication agency around these things. This is where I actually first got my title as project manager for the first time, and I took this opportunity to go on a master's and an MBA, which was in fact a master's in project and program management. And volunteering with PMI is actually the most rewarding and best learning experience I ever had in any capacity.
I'd like you to expand on that point about PMI based on what part of your start had the biggest impact.
I wouldn't be the professional, I wouldn't be the person I am without PMI. Yeah, I started volunteering, and that allowed me to first gain a huge network, interact with very different and interesting individuals, raising opportunities, and also learning and gaining skills. Something very simple. I mean, when you're sitting on the board of directors of a chapter, actually it starts to be a small business which you have to run, you have to manage, and you have clients who have expectations, who are your members, who pay, and you have a team of people. And the interesting thing is that you have a team of people you don't pay because there are volunteers also. Still, they have to deliver what is on the list of core services, which are listed on the charter you signed with PMI, and you're accountable for that. You're accountable for that in front of PMI, and you're accountable for that in front of your members. Then I think you can basically handle any type of situation.
There's a really good lesson learned for us about how to influence others, to be leader influencers.
Yeah.
And it really is saying, what's the value to someone else? So if we took that as an expanded idea to say, what's the lesson learned you've made about how to create a value proposition, even when people aren't paid, or maybe when they are paid? And because I know this issue about how to engage with people and get the most out of them and be effective is one of your skill sets that you talk about in your book.
We always, across PMI, we always try to give the best to people so they can give the best themselves. And this is about putting ourselves and the people we work with in a kind of virtuous development cycle. By doing this, you create opportunities, you create visibility, you enrich your own skills, you enrich your network, you enrich your competences, you learn a ton of things which allow you to be better at what you're doing aside of that, which allows you to get more resources and means, which allow you to give more, and so on. So it's a kind of virtuous development cycle, which creates also an accountability to give back.
That's a great answer. And so that can be enriching all of us. We can all look for ways we can volunteer in the place that we are, whether that's PMI or something else. This concept of enriching your life enriches your life is, I think, a great motto for people. Yeah. To that end, Olivier, what would you say is your biggest influence on your success?
Always focus on the value. Your job, whatever it is, your salary, your education, all of these things are means. They are not objectives. The mean is to create value for yourself, for your family, for the people who you care about, and value for society at large. Be a part of what makes the world a better place. Be a part of what makes people moving forward. If you aim at that, the means will come.
What advice do you have? If you have one takeaway advice for the young people that normally listen to our channel?
If you have a positive influence, whatever small is that influence, whatever you have encouraged someone to learn a new skill, whatever you have helped someone landing a new job, whatever you have just gave a hand to someone in a difficult moment, if you can have a positive impact on 2% of this 20,000 people, it's 400 people who you've changed life. Imagine now each of these 400 people doing exactly the same with each of them 400 people. This is how you create a ripple effect. And this ripple effect will come back to you big time, exponentially.
So what's next for you, Olivier? What's your future plan?
Oh, the same as every night, Pinky, trying to take over the world. No, seriously, I think I have still a lot to do with PMI. When I see the impact we're having when engaging on social actions with the Ukrainian refugees or with Syria and Turkey as the project we work together on, I mean, that's again something which is important and dear to me. And when I see the people I work with in my teams developing, growing, taking new opportunities, this is something which is important for me. So I will always try to push that forward, and hopefully the wave will take me along.
I think it will. I think it will, my friend. Thank you very much for your time today. I hope everyone got a lot out of this. There's lots of words of wisdom. You can find the full replay on my channel. And thank you today, Olivier, for giving us your thoughts. I very much appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on ProjectSkillsMentor.com.